Hello everybody and welcome to another Arkham Horror List video. Today we're going to be discussing our top 5 one experience cards, so you can just be rest assured that we have a video coming out for 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the future as well. So buckle up for those, and as always, I want you to just take a second and in the comments, guess what our number ones are going to be. I always love seeing how close people are, and we're pretty much just like stereotypes at this point on this channel. Everyone's like, oh, Justin loves Dark Horse, and you know what? You're right! You're right. So try to guess that, and if you have not liked this video, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell to be notified when our Arkham Horror content goes live every morning at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Let's go! First card, Bryn, what is your number 5?
I've got Kerosene. Oh, fair's fair. This card is not actually very good. I just love the idea of it, where you're walking into a room and you've killed like an ordinary human, like an acolyte, and one of your friends is like, man, that guy was scary, and you're like, yeah, I guess. Would it make you feel better if we lit him on fire? And they're like, kinda.
Yeah, I think I would like that.
Yeah. I also enjoy the idea of using this card as Carolyn Fern, where you're just like, you're here to offer therapy to your patients, but your therapy is just, let's go kill the person who you're worried about and light them on fire.
Yeah.
We'll see if you're still stressed out or whatever.
Sick. My number 5 is Stargazing, and the stars are right. This is the one where it's shuffled into the top 10 cards of the encounter deck, and when you draw it, you get to choose a player. That person takes an action, draws a card, gains a resource, gets to do a bunch of fun stuff. Like Kerosene, it isn't exactly great because, it's a little bit slow, and you're spending an experience to not do too much. But every time I see someone draw that card and they go, oh my god, this isn't a bad thing, I get to do something good, it's a happy day for that person. Because then they go, thanks, Justin, you made this turn so much better. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm here for. I'm not playing the game for me, I'm playing the game for you. Yeah. And also the art's still sick. I love the art every time I look at it. It fits so nicely in that purple frame. Travis, what's your number 5?
This is Mind Wipe. It's a card that we actually haven't played that much from the core set. I think it's actually really good though, and I intend to start playing it more and potentially bullying you guys into playing it more through that. I think that the level 3 version is trash, but the level 1 version, there's a lot of non-elite enemies that are super annoying, like the Brotherhood cultists from the Circle are done as a topical example, and you can just be like, hey, check out your garbage.
Yeah.
And then you just kill it. Doesn't cost you an action. It's like 1 experience card. That's one resource. I think it's...
Which one's the Brotherhood cultist?
He's the one who gets Doom when you attack him.
Oh, okay, so that's Forgotten Age, not Circle.
+1. Yeah, so you can just be like, yeah, you're just 2/3.
Yeah, that seems nice for that.
I suppose you can also use this card as a fast engage for an enemy with moves.
Yeah.
Not just I'm sneaky and you're like, nah, you don't know who you are.
It lets you beat down the Dark Young card.
Yep.
No, I think this card is really good against some enemies, and I want to start playing it more.
I think it's exactly as you're saying. I think it's great campaign tech, right? There's going to be some where you like Carcosa doesn't have any enemies apart from maybe on Dim Carcosa that I'm you're annoying, right? But as you said, in the Forgotten Age, just neutralizing those Brotherhood cultists, or even just the snakes that get stronger when there's vengeance in the victory display, that's very much worth 1 card and 1 experience.
Yeah, Dunwich is just actually an all-star in.
Yeah. The birds. No, the birds.
Yeah, the birds.
No, the birds you want. You want their text box because then they're easy to kill. The conglomeration of spheres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, just.
And then also the undimensioned and unseen. You can just kill them, but they don't get victory when they do that, folks. If you're wondering, victory also goes away. It's also until the end of the phase.
It is not a trait.
So did you say it's not true?
No, it's not a trait.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it also just, it's until the end of the phase, so, like, everyone can benefit from it, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a couple of, like, for Carcosa even, you can use it to just murder poltergeists.
Yep, yeah. But, I mean, I
Normally,
suppose as
you
purple, you're not too worried about that. So this is like, if you're off purple, that can be a very good choice there.
Yeah, or if it's just, like, something you want, it's more efficient for someone else to do, you can use as support for your goon.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I've looked at this card a lot too, and it's never come in. So if Travis starts doing it, if he says, Justin, put this in your deck, I'll succumb to peer pressure. I'll do it. I don't care. I've been so close so many times before. I've just never done it.
Yeah, Roach Swarm just becomes garbage.
All right, let's go to number 4s. Bryn, what's yours?
I've got Righteous Hunt. This card is just good.
It's just good.
It's just good.
Yeah, it's even got this bit of flavor text on it about adding blessed tokens to the chaos bag. Like, whatever. That part's not important.
Like it can be, but it's not why you're playing this card.
Yeah.
It is not. This card kind of just does a lot of things for one card. If you're playing as Tony Morgan or Zoe Samaras, it's even better. Zoe Samaras in particular, because it's like on flavor.
Yeah.
But both of them, their weaknesses are enemies that spawn as far away from you as possible, and you have to go kill them, or they have, or they have downsides. They're alive, and this kind of just lets you be like, when am I ever more than 2 locations away from a thing?
Yeah.
Let's go kill him.
And it also, you can just go to save Travis or I if we need it, and we like when you do that, Bryn.
I need to hang on to it in case my weakness shows up.
That's fair. I understand. I'll just evade him. It's okay. My number 4 is Fae. This is from the latest Innsmouth Conspiracy cycle. I like skill-based decks, and I've only played this a few times. I've recently played it in my Amanda Sharp deck I've been playing, and I've played it. I've playtested it in a Silas deck as well, and like. It's just like, if you care about skill cards, it's pretty damn good. Like, just like 3 brain or 2 for something else, and then like maybe you get the benefit, but like the thing is with skill cards, you sometimes just like need skill cards, right? That you can use at any time. Like when you're building a skill-based deck, you want to be able to like, yes, obviously focus on the skills you're doing. Like with Silas, you're going to want to fight. You're going to want to maybe evade if you're worried about that. But like you also want to defend yourself in the Mythos phase. But like this Fae, it defends you in the Mythos phase, but it's also just 2 for something else, and you can return it to your hand. And I just think it's just quiet, strong for skill-based decks, which I like playing. So that's why Fae's here, and I think the art's weird. So that's good too. Travis, what's your number 4?
It's Brother Xavier. It's an ally that we don't play with too much these days, but also we don't really play the decks that would want him these days. So it's not really his fault. Cost 5, 1 experience. Takes per ally slot sucks, but he soaks 6 damage, and he gives you +1 brain, which is like always relevant. He can take damage for your teammates. When he dies, he does something, and it's like good. It's like the only thing that isn't there to like about this card is like probably that it takes up your ally slot or the 5 money it costs to play him, but it's just like that text box is so strong.
Yeah. When you said him, when you were giving my list, I just thought like Brother Xavier, he's a classic. I have such good memories with him. He's just sick. But like you said, we don't play the decks that like really want him anymore. I played him last time with Tommy, and he was great. Like he still brings the noise when you want him in your deck.
I also played the Tommy deck the last time I played him.
I mean, like the thing is now that's his home, right? Like until we find like another investigator that can take advantage of him and like his high cost. Because you're right, that is probably the ally slot and the high cost are his 2 downsides.
Well, like he has a place in some other, like he has a place probably in like a Zoe deck that's like engage focused,
Yep.
or like a soak focused a deck like a Mark Harrigan where you're more focused about soaking damage
And like,
and doing chip damage than like big guns.
and if you have a limited collection, like if you have access to just Dunnage, like he was great back then, and like he's still good. But like when you have a limited collection, you're gonna love this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Bryn, what's your number 3?
I've got well maintained, and I promise not every single card on this list is blue. Not.
Well, I just saw
of
your
them.
cards. Just to check on that.
Yeah, so it's an upgrade. It's 0 cost, fast, play during your turn. You attach it to an item asset you control, 1 per asset. Has the reaction effect after it's discarded. You get to put it back in your hand, and all the other upgrades that were attached to it, which is usually none, but it could be some.
Mm-hmm.
There are other upgrades that don't suck. This card just has there's a lot of neat items that you can attach it to, like if you put it on the grenades, for example.
Yeah.
Well maintained in that case just means extra grenades.
Take real good care of your grenades, man.
Yeah.
You sit there and you make sure the pins are all nice and well oiled.
They just slide right back in after they blow up. Not a problem. You
Yep.
take care of them really well.
No issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can. There's a lot of neat things that you can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Attaching it to items with limited assets, and then using effects to discard them.
Yeah.
For some sort of an advantage, like maybe Joey the Rat, discarding your firearm or whatever you have once it's out of uses, putting it back in your hand, and then playing it again with the 2 resources you just got.
Heck yeah.
It also stops you from bumbling all your garbage into the street when you turn into a tree.
Did you buy this for that deck to
No.
stop? No. Oh, that's funny. All right.
No.
My number 3 is Brute Force. You want to punch a dude so good that he just gets knocked into the stratosphere. 1 committed per skill test, you get 3 fist if it's a basic fight action, and if it's successful by 2 or more, this attack deals +2 damage. Card's sweet. I loved it. As soon as it was printed, I was like, sign me up. I'm going to be playing this card for the rest of my life. Which makes sense because I'm probably going to be playing this game realistically probably for the rest of my life. Because, I mean, I went to one of those Death Clock websites, and I think I have like 5 years left, so I'll probably still be playing it by then. But I love
That's
Brute
tough,
Force. Fun card. Travis, what's your number 3?
It's Miss Doyle. She comes with some cats. Cats are good. They'll let you do things you shouldn't be allowed to do. This is like one of the few actually interesting survivor allies, I think. There's definitely like better ones and ones that are just good, but there aren't that many that are like cool. And this is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I like the interplay with the cats, and I recently have had several opportunities to play with them. And once you get going, it feels real good. You're just like throwing cats at people, and then you're digging them out of the trash or whatever. And then playing different cats. Yeah.
One thing I like too about her is that when I first played her, I was like, or saw her spoiled, I was like, oh, she's gonna like fit great in people like Patrice or Preston. But like, honestly, she can just be good anywhere because you'll find the cats, and the cats also just have like a panic button you can press to pass. Like, that's good.
Like punch cat's pretty dirt most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But book cat, foot cat are both. Whew,
Yeah.
they're so good.
Yeah.
I just like the flavor of the cats that work for her being better than most human specialists.
Well, yeah.
Like,
Because we weren't
yeah.
trained by the cat general of Uthar.
He's right. Yeah, punch cat's like as strong as Mark Harrigan. That's incredible.
That is
right?
incredible. All right, Bryn, what is your number 2?
We got lockpicks, which is it's got three supplies, and when it's got none, you discard it because you have no picks left. As an action, you exhaust it to investigate, adding your foot value to your skill value. You have to pass by 2 or more in order to not break one of your picks. So, I spent a lot of time playing green cards when they were absolute garbage. And this would have been the beginning of the era of green cards that can actually do a thing. As opposed to green cards that are like, this is a weapon that gives you no boost to your punch, but if you succeed by 2, you get an extra damage. Like, great, I got 2. I get to fight at 2. Fight at 3. Whatever. But this one, this is where they kind of started to do something. And I appreciate that.
Heck yeah. My number 2 is Surprising Find. This is a myriad card, so you get 3 of them. It's a skill, commits for a wild. And it has the research thing, so if you find it while searching, you get to put it aside. In your play area, you must come into the next eligible skill test you perform, and if it's successful, you draw 1 card. This is making me realize just how much now on this channel we've all had to explain why we like a card over and over and over again. As you can see, I'm losing my voice because this house is so dry. But I like this card because it does a lot for the research thing for a very low commitment, and it's like something you can just pick up like once you got all your pieces in place, and you can just be like, I want to get more value out of all my searches, because this card essentially gets 2 cards out of your deck, because it's very likely you're going to actually be successful when you do the test, because you're most likely going to use it for like a book test, which you're really good at because you're yellow. And I'm kind of hoping we can see like, I really want to see like one more investigator who can take advantage of the research stuff that's not like Mandy levels, because like I just like the archetype a lot, and I want to see more of it, maybe not through research cards, but like just like more searching and taking advantage of it, and like maybe a survivor class could be fun, like a skill-based search. Surprising Find would be really fun to see that there. I think that'd be really cool. Travis, what's your number 2?
Chico, it's Pen of the Queen. This one's actually 1 experience now.
It is, yeah.
I like this card. I like playing with it. It's powerful. It's fun. I've talked about this card a lot, and I hope I get to continue to talk about it.
I like the kind of question they're like, yeah, I think I do, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just it transforms. It's like a little mini game you get to play, and then there's like a very large payoff for doing it, where you just do whatever you want for 3 turns.
Hell yeah. And it feels good.
Yeah, it does.
Sick. All right, let's go to our number 1s. Bryn, what is yours?
Got the Hungering Blade. This card is also like kind of not amazing, but I really like playing with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of the cards that so this one you can only play 1 in your deck, and you gotta put 3 copies of Bloodlust into your deck. You fight, you get +1 punch for the attack for each attached copy of Bloodlust. Mm-hmm. Bloodlust is a weakness that when you draw it, you either spend offerings from the blade to attach it to the blade, or you take horror and shuffle it back into your deck. And you get offerings by killing guys with the Hungering Blade. I wish that you could play 2 of them in your deck. I get why you cannot, because the second one would try to shuffle Bloodlusts into your deck that no longer exist, because they are already in your deck and not in your bonded area.
But the card still commits for a fist, so
Yeah.
it's like...
Yeah.
You could put in... We could, maybe, designers. Because, like, this one's less like... this one's kind of like its own machine, and the sooner you get it up and running, the more fun you can have with it, right? And it's not even, like, too crazy of a machine, right?
No, it's just, like, a pretty okay machine. It gets, like, really strong once you have a second Bloodlust attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
But... yeah, I wish it were a more reliable damage choice.
Yeah. All right. I
still
just
work
realized, like, looking at our
You
number
do
one.
just have to work for it.
Oh, sorry, Ben?
You just do have to work for it.
Yeah. As I'm looking at all our number ones, I'm like, they were never gonna guess these ones. Like, they might have a shot with mine. Mine is Reliable, my number one. I love this card. I love putting it on weapons. It's just fun. I don't like. I'm not a big limited resources. Like I know I can get like reloads and use my guns more and more and more, but I like to just like. I like survival knife, man. Like it's fun. I love the machete back in the day. I love brass knuckles. I love like being able to consistently fight. I mean, I suppose that's why I'm a survivor, like first and foremost, just because I like being able to get down and dirty as soon as I can. And Reliable is a way of making these weapons that don't get the nice boosts that you get from having big, awesome guns, and just like making it so that like it's better. I just think it's fun to me, and I like seeing new items and then being like, is this going to be worth it if I put Reliable on this? Like, and anyone that has access to Reliable, I'm like, what can we do with this? So if anyone in the comments wants to give me some weird Reliable deck options, let me know, because I'd be down to try it out. I think it's a fun card, and I like making my stuff reliable.
I got one for you, Justin.
Okay, let's go, Bryn.
You put Reliable on your lockpicks.
That's what I was exactly just thinking too. I was like, because then you get plus two, and then they'll never break. They'll never break. Like, you won't even break one of them. They'll be the unbreakable lockpick.
They will be.
Yeah.
You could also like, you can put them on like a lantern or something like that, and that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It makes it into actually just an infinite use flashlight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It'd even be good on Mariner's
pretty
Compass,
solid.
like Mariner's Compass 2. Like, just getting like one of those out of it, that could be really good for like a Dark Horse thing, because then you essentially get like, you pay one for one resource, and then for the rest of the game, it's like you've paid one resource for your Mariner's Compass. Like, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, you can also like slap them on a. That might not work actually. Now that I think about it, I was gonna say on ritual candles, but
yeah, you can stick them on ritual candles, and it does give you +1, but just not
when you're
at the point that's in time when you need to calculate that.
Yeah.
Travis, what's your number one?
It's the String of Trouble. It's from the new Innsmouth stuff. If you've watched any of the stuff on Curse videos or the decks where we talk about this card, I like it a lot. Getting clues without tests is something I like a lot. Not paying resources is something I like a lot. It's got relevance, irrelevant trait in Insight, and it's a very solid Curse enabler. So it's just a cool card. It's very well designed in my opinion, and I expect to be playing it a lot.
Heck yeah.
All right, Justin.
That's a warning from that he's just given us. Yeah, Bryn.
Reliable on the council's coffer.
Oh no. Oh no.
Card's still like garbage though.
It's still not good.
I mean, if we can find a wild and wacky Reliable, we're probably going to be recording some season 2, start to get season 2 in the backlog for deck building videos. So Bryn, get your mad scientist brain going, and Travis, get ready to grumble the entire time. That's it though. Those were our top 5 1 experience cards. Everyone watching, what are your top 5 1xp cards? Let us know in the comments below. And then if you want to see any other list videos, give us ideas. Otherwise, we're going to be doing a bunch of these XP videos coming up. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good one. And as always, GG's.